The 5 signs your niche is profitable. Are you this close to launching your online business, but you're not sure if your niche is profitable? Do you want to go all in on your business idea, but you're wondering if it'll actually make money? If you want to choose a niche that will actually lead to sales, you're in luck, because in this video, I'm going to share the 5 signs that your niche is actually profitable. Hey, CourtneyLSanders here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, I'm a full-time online life and business coach, as well as wife and mom. I wear all the hats and do all the things. And in today's video, I want to share with you the 5 signs that your niche is actually profitable. So this is so important because out of everything that most people who come to me for coaching procrastinating on, this is the one where I'm like, you actually have a point. So I've done other videos about how if you don't have a website, that's not a big deal. You can actually check out that video here, wherever it is on the screen, that tells you about how you can attract clients without a website. I also have a video that talks about how you can introduce your business on social media, because I know that's something that also holds people back. But a big thing that holds people back, and this is something that I agree with, is people aren't sure if they actually are in the right business idea and if they've actually chosen the right niche, particularly if they've chosen a niche that's actually going to be profitable for them. Now, maybe you like your niche, maybe it's something that's based on your passion, maybe it's something that people ask you about, but you're not sure. You're like, can I actually make money on this? So if that's something that you're worried about and you're scared of going all in your business, you don't want to invest in branding, coaching, like any of that stuff until you know that your niche is squared away, you're in luck, because that's exactly what we're going to talk about starting now. All right, the first sign that your niche is actually profitable is there's actually competition. I know that sounds crazy. Oftentimes we look for niches that are completely, empty of competition. But if there's other people who are operating in the same industry or operating in the same space as you, that's actually a good sign, because that validates that there is demand there. So that's the thing you want to be looking for. If there's no one on the planet who is coaching on what you're coaching on, I'm not saying that it's not a profitable niche, but I'm just saying that's a red flag. However, if there's other people who are talking about the same general type of thing, that's actually a good sign that the niche is profitable, because that means that the market can support, multiple service providers essentially talking about the same topic. If nobody was spending money on this, if nobody was hiring coaches on your specific subject, you wouldn't find anybody. And so if your niche is a ghost town, again, that's a red flag. That's something that you'll really want to investigate. Now, I actually teach you in depth how to create a competition-proof brand once you have determined your niche. That's something we go over in depth in my brand new coaching program called The Next Big Name. You can learn more about it, including seeing a sneak peek of what the coaching program actually looks like, the videos, the platform that we use, etc., all of that, using the link below. But in that coaching program, we teach you how to find a niche that is actually going to be profitable and that does have quote unquote competition, in the sense that there's demand there, but we show you how to get in there and how to stand out from everyone else. So I just wanted to clarify that if you've ever heard me talk about a competition-proof niche, I'm not saying that you want to be in a niche that nobody else is also in or no one else is coaching on. I'm just saying you want to own the niche and do it in such a way that it's competition-proof, because you've really stood out. And in fact, I even have another video that talks about how to be the best in your field. And so you can check out that to learn more about how to rise above the competition. But I know it sounds crazy, but if there's competition in your niche, that's actually a good sign. The second sign that you're actually in a profitable niche is if you are targeting people who have both the willingness and the capacity to pay. So I talk about this all the time, particularly for my women entrepreneurs, because so many of us go into what I call nonprofit niches, meaning we have a bleeding heart. We're super passionate for a particular type of person, and we're passionate for that type of person because we're like, this person doesn't have any money, they can't afford anything. I want to coach them on how to X, Y, and Z. And while that is great in terms of a nonprofit, that's terrible for a for-profit coaching business, because again, this person can't pay you even if they wanted to, or maybe they could pay you, but they don't want to because they don't have the willingness. And so an example that I use all the time are college students. Oftentimes, a lot of coaches try to teach college students all these, better study habits or how to be more confident or whatever. And college students don't care about that. One, they don't have the money, but even if they had the money, they want to go go buy beer, buy pizza, go hang out with their friends, go on trips to Cancun. Like, they're not trying to spend money on your coaching program. So it's got to be both a capacity and a willingness to pay. And don't let your bleeding heart, make you create a business servicing people that literally can't afford to pay you. I always say you really want to charge the people who can afford it so that you can give it away for free to the people who can't. Meaning you want to have such a profitable business with people who are your ideal clients from a financial standpoint, as well as all the other aspects that we'll talk about, that you then have revenue and profits where you can create a nonprofit, or you can give away some things for free just for charity or donations to those who are deserving but might not have the financial resources for whatever it is that you offer. So I'm not saying don't be generous. I'm just saying be generous after you successfully generate money in your business. Don't try to be generous when you don't have anything, because if you give nothing, then you're not going to have anything left over. And one of the best ways to help the poor is simply to not be one of them. So make sure that you are not in a nonprofit niche, that you are actually in a niche where people have the capacity and the willing to pay. All right, the third sign that you're in a profitable niche is that there's already products and services that people are paying for to solve that problem. Now, hear me on this. There might not be a coaching service out there, but are there books about your topic? Are there courses about your topic? Are there conferences that people attend in order to solve your topic? Is there something else that people are spending money on in order to solve your problem? A good example of this would be like a relationship coach or a marriage coach or something. Maybe you're not sure if your particular type of coaching program is out on the market. It might not be because you haven't created it, but we know that there's tons of marriage counseling, there's tons of marriage conferences, there's so many books on how to improve your marriage. There's different, even physical products, we'll say, that people buy to try to spice things up in their marriage, right? There's all types of products and services out there in order to try to improve marriages. So that's a good sign that this is going to be a profitable niche for you, because even if your particular service or coaching program doesn't exist, the fact that there are people who are spending money on something trying to solve this problem shows that there's a really high demand for it. All right, I have more strategies where that came from, but first I want to hear from you. What niche are you considering going into? Share in the comments below. All right, the fourth sign that you are in a profitable niche is that you have gone where the gap is. So every niche, it doesn't matter what niche it is on the planet, there's always gonna be some sort of gap. We live in an imperfect world, and even though there might be amazing other coaches who are out there who are killing it in the game, I bet if you talk to their clients, their customers, even their super fans, there's gotta be something that they're like, oh my goodness, I love this person so much, and I understand why they can't do it, but I just really wish they could, whatever, do more events in my city, or I really wish that they could have a more intimate coaching program. They're so popular that they have a ton of people working for them. I really wish that I could work with them one-on-one, or I really wish this, I really wish that. When you hear these like wishes of people, or when you see that there's a gap that's not being met, that's an opportunity for you to meet that need and make money in that arena. So if your niche has some sort of gap that you've noticed is not being met, that's the sign of a profitable niche, because that means you can get right into that gap and fill it and generate profits for yourself and be successful even as other people in the niche are being successful. So it's kind of similar with the first point that I made about how you actually want to go where there is competition, because that proves that there is demand. You also want to go where there is a gap, because if there's a gap, you can kind of find your lane and fill it, and you don't have to take away anything from someone who's already operating in the space and doing well. You just found a gap that hadn't been filled, and so you're filling it, and now there's enough, enough pie to go around, right? Everybody gets a slice of the pie. So that's how you know that you're gonna be successful and that the niche is actually profitable. All right, the fifth sign that your niche is going to be profitable is that it's an area that you actually have experience in. Listen to me, you have to have some sort of life experience around it, even if you have head knowledge, meaning you have a certification, you have degrees, you have credentials. That's great. I talk to people all the time who have certifications and they want to get into coaching and they don't understand why they're not getting the traction that they thought they would get given all of the credentials that they have. But oftentimes credentials are not enough. People want to know that you actually walk your talk, right? So it's one thing to, be certified in early childhood education, and so you want to do parent coaching, right? But honestly, when you become a parent, people are gonna pay that much more attention to you because they understand that you know what it feels like to have children and how to deal with all the nuances that really only come from actually walking that experience. Or let's say you don't become a parent, but maybe you're an auntie, or you worked in schools and kindergarten. Like, in some way you have to have, demonstrated experience in your actual life with your subject matter. It can't just be, I read about this in a book, I went to school for this, I got a certification on it. Something in your life has to demonstrate that you actually have experience of this. Something in your story has to point that you are not just someone who's promoting your brand, but you are the brand, right? You're the perfect ambassador for your brand because you are what you teach about, right? For me in life and business coaching, I have another video where I talked about how to create your dream life as an entrepreneur. And I share my whole story about how I used to write my goals down in my journal and how I've created many of the things that I dreamed about, a decade ago. Those things have come to pass because I worked very hard to achieve my goals. I am a walking testament to my own methods, right? I'm a walking testament to my brand when it comes to not just how to build a successful coaching brand, but how to build a successful life. I'm actually living that life, right? Imagine if my life was not successful, but I was here creating all these videos trying to teach you how to have a successful life. That would be kind of crazy, right? So you want to make sure that your niche, even if it meets all the other criteria, even if it has all the other signs, it's gotta be something that you have personal experience, you have a personal story around so that it will actually resonate. Hopefully these tips were helpful. If you want even more strategies and suggestions, I actually really invite you to join me on my free 5-day challenge, the Nail Your Niche Challenge. Now this is free for a limited time. I actually used to charge for this, and then I said, well, we'll do it free a few times and I'll see how it goes. So I can't guarantee that by the time you watch this video, it's still going to be free, but it's a 5-day challenge that I do live. This is not recorded, where we help you pinpoint your exact perfect, most profitable niche for your personal brand, your online business, or your coaching business. So if you wanna work with me directly for 5 days, you need to be a part of this challenge. Even though it's free, we do limit the amount of spaces and we limit the amount of people we allow to register because we have an option where you can upgrade and choose to get VIP direct access to me. You can ask me direct questions about your niche, get coaching specifically from me on your niche. And I wanna make sure that everyone who participates in the challenge, has a great experience and that they get personalized attention. So we limit the amount of people who can register. So to see if the Nail Your Niche Challenge is going on, go ahead and click the link below. If you see a waiting list, then we're not having it. But if you see that it is open and you see that there are spots left, go ahead and sign up. Even if there's just a few spots left, go ahead and take them, because once that hits 0, we shut it down and you have to wait until the next time that we do it. So click the link below in order to register. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you can't wait until my next video, come on over to Instagram, where I share the behind the scenes of my life as well as other information just like this. And if you want even more, make sure you're subscribed to my podcast, The Courtney Sanders Show, where I share lots and lots of content. You can subscribe both on iTunes and Spotify. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.